Boxers. This is your fearless founder, Cheryl Banks. I'm so excited about our program tonight. We're going to have the amazing Pamela West, one of my new BFFs since starting the Beauty Box for Him, Women Empowerment and Bible Studies. And I just want to tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do. We are a safe place for women to come and learn to see themselves the way that Christ sees them. We are about knowing God, growing in the knowing, and showing Him to others. When we started this a little over a year ago, it was because women were disconnected, just kind of having a sense of hopelessness. A lot of women I was meeting, they weren't really going to church. They weren't connected to other women. And it's just been such a joy. And Pamela is one of our beauty boxers, and I love her so much. And you are going to love her as well. So with that being said, we're going to give it a minute, and I'm going to go on the beauty box and find us. You can join our YouTube channel, or you can also join our Facebook group. There we are. Here we are. Let me turn it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, also, let me just share with you our website in case you would like to get in touch. It is thebeautyboxforhim.com. You can go there and find out all about us, how to contact us, what's going on with us, how you can be a part of us. This is a growing community about women helping and encouraging each other. I can't wait for this interview to start. Let me just make sure we're okay and we're showing up. All right, let's take it off. And I'm going to give it another minute before we get started. Before I introduce our guest speaker, also want to let you know, Spiritual Makeovers, our Bible study is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. I will put our YouTube channel in the comments section. All right. Okay, we have commenting. That's me. I just put our YouTube channel in the comments section so you can check that out. Okay. Make sure they can see us. All right. All right, so I am so excited. Let's see. We have, here we go. Here we go. Okay, there we are. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we are on. Because my Wi-Fi has been crazy and going out and everything, so I'm prayerful that this is going to be on. Yes. All right. So now I am going to turn off the music. So I'm so excited to introduce you to this amazing lady. You are going to love Pamela West. So let's talk about it with Pamela West. Pamela is from Mississippi. She says the Delta. I'm supposed to know these things, but I didn't do a good job in, with these kind of things in school. She is married. She's from Mississippi. She has been in the rice industry for more than 30 years. She's a big deal in the rice field, okay? She loves the Lord and she loves empowering women. So I'm going to bring her on right now so we can see her beautiful face and hear straight from her. Hey, Pamela West, how are you?
It has been a busy day, but a great day. I think I have rice field dust all over my face. So,
well, I know that you're a very busy woman. You're making things happen, and I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that God has put us in each other's path through Patty Payne, and that we're just doing life and we're just enjoying it. And I love that you're such a hardworking person, and you just have a heart for God. So, with all of that being said, thank you for joining us, and we're just gonna jump into it. I met you through Patty and instantly just was drawn to you. You just were so down to earth, authentic, and sweet. And I think that the people who are going to listen to you are just going to fall in love with you too. So, with that being said, tell us about Pamela West. Who is Pamela West and where did she come from?
Well, she's a little crazy sometimes, most of the time. But so the Mississippi Delta, the Delta is agriculture. It is all farming. That is pretty much the only industry there. And my parents ran the local gin co-op. So I have always been in agriculture.
Gin co-op, what's that?
Cotton gin.
Oh, okay. So talk to me like I don't know anything.
Yes.
Guess what?
Sorry. Cotton gin. So they were in the cotton
ahead.
ginning end of things. And, I just grew up in a small town and had such a great childhood in the little town I grew up in, and my two parents, they really instilled in me to love everyone, no matter what. You love everyone. And I'm so grateful that, they passed that down. Mm-hmm. And my kids love people. Mm-hmm. So, it's just something that was instilled early, and hopefully for generations to come, that will carry on in our family line, so I guess if I had to leave a legacy, it would be to love people.
Yes.
I've never thought about that till this evening. So
I
have two older brothers. I'm 6 years younger and I'm 7 years younger. And I was the absolute little sister pest to the core. But they would at any moment fall on a sword for me, and still today would do that. So, we had a small family, but I think we were all pretty close and still pretty close today. Okay. Even though in 93, I left Mississippi and made it to God's country, just quick as I could, Texas.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have been here and raised my two children here. Of course, my son is 33 and he is in the Mississippi Delta now, farming on his own and working for a farmer also. He found that that's his love. Yeah. And I couldn't be more proud of him. And he's married and has a beautiful wife who is a Christian. Yeah. And she loves the Lord and knows what it is to have a relationship, with the Lord. Yeah. And, my grandson, who is 2.5, his first song was Jesus Loves Me.
Aww.
So, I'm so grateful, so grateful that God put the two of them together.
That's awesome.
And my daughter is 26 and she moved to Australia almost 2 years ago. She's studying, getting her master's over there, and she just wanted to travel. She had always wanted to go, and I don't think she's going to move back anytime soon.
And she was she was a college volleyball player too, right?
She was. She played for 2 years and kind of had a little tiff with a coach and decided she wanted to focus on her studies. She's majored in biology, and she's getting her master's in biotechnology sciences.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Don't
love
know
it.
where she gets that from.
I love the
Seriously.
STEM people. I love it, especially women. Yes. So
Yeah.
tell us, how did you get in the rice industry?
So it was, I'm going to say about September of 1993. I moved in May of 93. And September is harvest in the Delta. And I have always been in harvest. I worked for a very large farming operation conglomerate. I did all of their financing and I did everything for them. And so I've always been in agriculture. So it was harvest. And I was living off of Barker Cypress on back toward Houston. And I woke up one day and I said, today I'm going to a farm. I don't know where it is, but I'm going to a farm.
Okay.
I knew nothing about Texas agriculture. I didn't know where a farm was. And I literally got in my little white Mazda 626 and drove west on I-10.
Yeah.
And I saw Highway 90 in Katy, took that road, and I just drove.
Wow.
And lo and behold, I found a farm.
You found a
And I walked in and talked to the lady there, Miss Darlene, and she and I became fast friends. And the owner walked in and we visited for several hours just talking. I just kind of was an instant liking, I think, for both of us.
Right.
And he called me like 30 days later and he said, well, I have this opportunity if you want to talk about it. And I said, sure, anything to be back in agriculture. Well, it was running a rice elevator. Well, I didn't know anything about a rice elevator. Nothing. Yeah. I mean, nothing.
And a rice elevator in a nutshell is
what the grain silos like Patty has.
Okay.
It's the same thing. We just store rice. She stores corn.
Okay.
So he put me on an airplane to Stuttgart, Arkansas, big rice country. And I went through all of this large co-op there, farmer-owned co-op. I went through their facilities, and that's where I learned about a rice elevator. Wow. And, have made several friends along the way. And yeah, here I am, 30 years, starting on my 31st year.
So what is your title and what do you do and what are you doing now that you're excited about?
Well, I am the business manager, but function is everything. I mean, I do it all, everything. I did hire someone in October of last year, and I do have an assistant that does, day-to-day stuff, Christy, who I adore. But I did hire someone to help me with this new project I've been working on, and he's my assistant also. And I think I've really struggled with delegating because I do it all, right? So it's hard to let go, but other people have got to have their shot at figuring things out. Yeah. They've got to make mistakes to learn how to do things. So I think that's been my biggest challenge, with having extra people here or extra person here in the office.
Right.
But I brought him on. I've been working on a manufacturing plant. An opportunity was brought to me or to the company, to me, and then I presented it to the company to build a rice mill to where we would actually package our own rice, receive the rice from the field, process it, put it in a package, and sell it to whomever, HEB, Kroger, Aldi, whoever it is, right? Mm-hmm. Well, 3 years plus into that project, I had all the engineering done. It's in permitting in the city of Brookshire right now.
Yes.
And I pulled the plug. We pulled the plug. I talked to my boss. I said, I don't feel good about this. We had a partner in the deal. Mm-hmm. And I said, I do not feel good about this. Mm-hmm. And a lot of money's involved. They had a big responsibility. We had a bigger responsibility. But it was a situation where we would, meet our responsibility first, and then they would bring theirs. Well, if they were to go bankrupt, we would be SOL, really. Sorry, but really. So I was driving through, headed home, and at the I-45, I-10 interchange downtown, it just literally, and you know what I mean, Cheryl, it was just like it was just dropped into my head, literally. Ask for a performance bond and a supply bond from this person. Okay. Well, I happened to go to lunch the next day with two people, and his best friend was in the insurance business, and that was his specialty. I mean,
Wow. That's
who,
so wild how God put that
who
together.
orchestrated that, right?
Yeah.
So I requested that from this partner, and on day 46 of being told, we're applying for the bond, we said no, thank you, goodbye. So we terminated our agreement and we rebooted. Got my hands around it. I have on paper a brand new facility, and we hear tomorrow from the bank.
Yeah. Tomorrow?
Thumbs up. Tomorrow.
Pray. Yeah.
Yes, we're praying for that, and we will be rolling after that. But a really exciting thing through this whole process, of course, I've gained so much knowledge. It was not all for naught. We did spend a lot of money. The company did. But I learned so much from that process. And it could have been a really bad situation for the company, but it turned out to be good.
Right.
But in the process,
I hope they see your value and your worth. Because I don't know. Did you save them quite a bit of money? Had they done?
Yeah.
Had they done what you said, I don't feel good about this, and asked for the performance bond and all that? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It would have been a bad deal. But in the process, so we're building a rice mill so we can connect the farmer to the consumer. Out here in our area, in Patty's area, and gosh, in y'all's area, what used to be farmland is no longer farmland. It's so much development going on outside the city of Houston now. So much of the farmland is being developed. So I'm very passionate about trying to keep that farmland into production. And the way to do that, I feel, is by connecting the farmer to the consumer, taking the middleman out so the farmer can get more for the products that they grow.
Yeah.
Because what you pay in the grocery store, just a little bitty bit goes to the growers.
Yeah.
So that was the whole, I guess, premise of building the rice mill.
Yeah.
And this is my brainchild. I've been in labor a long time with this brainchild. And last week,
you gave birth.
Yes, I gave birth. Last week, we have our first run of Honestly Texas rice.
Yay!
Texas grown rice.
Yes.
So it is phenomenal. I'm just so tickled pink with the whole thing. So
I cannot wait to try it and get my hands on some. And I am so proud of you because I know how hard you work and how much you trust God. And I just love it. And I love that story about he just dropped that in your head and it just changed the game. I just love that. I love that. So being a woman in the rice industry, how's that? How is that? And the good old boys, how's that going?
Well, there's definitely the good old boys, but I think, I've kind of earned my place in the industry, and it's been a challenge, sometimes, I guess if you wear your feelings on your sleeves, you can, get your feelings hurt sometimes. And there've been some things done I haven't been very happy about, but, I have learned to process that in a different way. And I don't let it bother me like it used to, because I know who I am. I know what I've done. I know whose I am. So it's just like, a little gnat, go away, So I don't know, I don't worry about it anymore. But it's been a little bit of a challenge.
Right.
But I think I have, especially the last couple of years, kind of come into my being in the industry, I guess, with everything that I've done. I found the place in the Port of Houston to load the very first rough rice vessel that went to Central America. And I ran all the logistics for it, and we have loaded 11 to date. I
Nice.
work with a very large trading partner, and they're phenomenal to work with.
Mm,
But that's like 1,000 trailer truckloads of rice that goes through Houston for
that's,
one vessel.
that's
And so I was able to orchestrate all that. And I'd never done that before. I just told them, I said, y'all come in. I'll get the trucks. I'll buy the rice. I'll get the trucks. Let's do this. So
You'll figure it out. And I love it because you didn't know. We were just talking about this because, the nonprofit that I just started is like, I'm just kind of going.
Mhm.
What did I say? What did we say? It's like uncharted waters.
Mhm.
And I think of building it as an adventure and
Mhm.
not to get ahead of God and really just kind of abide in Him
Right.
and wait for direction. And He will send the right people. Because
Mhm.
I was telling you initially, I wanted to get a place right away, but it took over a year. And now everything just seamlessly falls into
Mhm.
place when you wait on Him. So,
Right.
yes. And
Right.
now that you've been in for a while, you know your worth. You know what you
Mhm.
bring to the table. You're confident in
Mhm.
yourself. So you are not shaken by the shenanigans.
I am so not. I'm just not anymore. And and that's maybe the last 2 years even. I mean, it's not something that I've been in this business for 30 years, and I'm well respected. I think
Yeah.
I'm well respected.
Did you
You
like
know,
my she's a big deal in the rice field?
I love it. I love it. It's that and the Texas Rice Queen,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
yes, the
Well, I
Texas
just
Rice
love
Queen.
that you're in like a really high position. I know a lot of people in high places, including you. So I love that. And then what is your favorite part about what you do or what defines you?
Helping others.
Mm,
That's it.
yeah.
I like to help people. It fills my heart to encourage people and help people. And I just as a nod to you, Cheryl, and to the beauty box, I'm so grateful for what you have walked in faith to do, and the ladies that you pulled together initially to build your nonprofit, because it's really it's so powerful when you start your day on the right channel, as you
Mm,
say.
mm,
It's really, really powerful. And whether it's now David Jeremiah, Crystal Evans Hurst, you at 7 o'clock, I'm driving sometimes or doing whatever and I can't respond, but I try to, be involved as much as possible. But
yeah.
I think it's kind of a restart.
Mm,
We go through so many hills and peaks or mountains and valleys in life. And, I grew up playing the piano in church. My mother drug us to church every time she thought the door was going to be open. We were at church at the
uh,
Baptist church.
uh-huh.
But I think what's been so cool about my walk is learning that, I guess, living in forgiveness and living in the relationship that you build with Christ,
Mhm.
that He loves you no matter what. I think in my journey, getting to that space in my mind and my heart has been really powerful for me to be
Mhm.
who I am today.
Right.
And I pulled a couple of things I wanted to read to you. So I asked for prayer one morning early. I was on the way to speak to a group. So I am on a bunch of committees and a couple of boards on our national organization, USA Rice, which is
Mhm.
phenomenal. They do such a great, great job. And every year they elect or nominate whatever you say, a new leadership class, and it's a group of young adults
Mm-hmm.
who we want to, educate them in all facets of the rice industry so they can lead the torch,
Yeah.
when people decide to retire or, stop.
Yeah.
Um, so I asked for prayer that morning, and it was just really cool because I wanted to share my faith.
Yeah.
And that's really bold to be in a business meeting and
Yeah.
share your faith. But
Right.
I spoke at a conference last year in Costa Rica, which was a whole nother out of my comfort thing.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking to an enormous room of people I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the guy that opened the conference, he opened it with Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, so we should sharpen each other. So
Mm.
that was my segue into, wrapping up my talk with the group and telling them, y'all will be friends forever. And you need to learn from each other and sharpen each other. I told them about the bond story. I said, that did not come from me. You
Mm-hmm.
know who it come from, and I told them about my faith. And I got this letter, two notes actually, and I'll read parts of it.
Go ahead.
It says, dear Miss Pam, I really enjoyed hearing how you put your trust in God to accomplish all of the challenges you have faced. So
Mm-hmm.
this was from a young man. And I got an email from another gentleman, and he said, my future goals have my sights set on leading others. So my question was just purely intrigue on how you were able to accomplish so much with so few. Very impressive. I was really drawn to your passion and drive for your farmer customer, but also your personal faith and leadership style within your own talents. So, having said that, you just never know the seeds that you plant. And, it'd be great to change somebody's life, get the reward for changing somebody's
Yeah.
life, but we're called just to plant the seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, those were 6 young adults and 3 older adults in the room. And, I told them, I said, hey, I'm not perfect. I promise. I am
Oh, yeah.
definitely not perfect,
Yeah.
but I try. All we can do is strive to be like Christ.
Right. Right. Well, you have about 5 minutes. Is there anything that you want to share? Go ahead.
So this is on my desk. So
Yeah.
I think that I shared this was a Priscilla Shire.
Uh-huh.
She was speaking in Houston, and I think I shared it with Patty and shared it with you or whatever. The weekend after I put this on my wall, which was the week we started, talking about bless my 5 and 2. I went
Mm-hmm.
to a funeral, and I think I've told this story in our small group. I met a gentleman who is director of grocery merchandising
Mm-hmm.
for a retail chain. And just knowing this, and I just prayed over that statement. I don't know what I'm doing here, God. Clueless,
Yeah.
clueless.
Yeah.
How do I do this? How do I sell these little bags of rice? Because I've got a pile of them to sell. And it led me to faith.
Yes. Yes.
Just if you can walk in your faith. And I found this acronym, and I love it. It's faith. Forget about impossible. Trust him.
Yes.
And
So
I would say if anything could sum me up or my vision or what makes things happen for me right now, it's that. Forget about the impossible, trust him, because he has blown my mind so many times. I've just shared a couple with you, but yeah, it's pretty awesome.
he truly has. And I said today in my women's Bible study, trust the process, He is the process.
Mm-hmm.
He is. And I love when you talk, and I do it too. You say, I don't know how to do this. I just don't. He is strong in our weakness and he comes through for us. And I don't know, he performs miracles every single day, but you have to be tuned into that right frequency.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be starting with him, talking to him like in a regular
Mm-hmm.
relationship and looking for him to show up. I
Mm-hmm.
often ask for holy surprises. Show me yourself today, especially, I've been going through the chemo and all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I am focused on what I can control and leaving
Mm-hmm.
what I can't to him. And
Yeah.
this one scripture that I was given, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you.
Mm-hmm.
Peace is there for us no matter what our circumstances. We just have to give him a
Mm-hmm.
place to land it, right?
We do, but I tell you what makes the journey so much easier for me is having a group of ladies that are really my sisters,
Mm.
um, that I can send a 911, please pray for me, and I know they're praying for me. I feel it. Having that tribe of women around you, that can support you and lift you up. And that's what the beauty box is here for, what you've begun.
It's
Okay.
amazing the growth and the healing that we've seen just in the year that we have. It's just amazing. God, I don't know. It like blows my mind too. It's like you
Mhm.
did. First of all, if you had asked me a year and a half ago if I would be here, I would have said you were crazy. No, just one night out of a prayer, and
Mhm.
and he's still bringing stuff to me. Because I prayed, I was praying for something else, and he said use it for me. And now this week, this last couple of weeks, it's all coming together. And I wanted
Mhm.
to come together that week, that month, but it's taken over a year for things to
Mhm.
just start happening. And
Trust God in the wait.
yes. Yes. If you trust God in the wait, WAIT, he takes the weight out of it,
Mhm.
WEIGHD.
Yep,
Yes.
that's right.
I love it so much. And I love you so much. And I
Thank you.
thank you for coming on and just sharing a little piece of your life. And I'm so proud of you and all your awards. And, that you're just a big deal in the rice field and you're a big deal in the beauty box. Are you coming to the next one? Hopefully you can come.
When is it? I don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
I'm
All right.
not sure.
I love you
I have
guys.
some.
Let's see if we have any questions. Let's see. Hey, Carla Ann, Big Facts. Verdi. Hey, Sherry Beard. My mom, you don't know, but God does, and He promised to provide all your needs. That's right. Miss Oliver says, thank you, Carla. And yes, so thank you all for joining in. A bought lesson is the best kind of lesson, an expensive one. Yes, I
Mhm.
love it. Thank you all for joining in. Celeste.
Okay, can I say one more thing? Can I
Yeah,
say one more thing?
yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow we're entering HEB's Quest for Best competition.
Yes.
So pray for favor over our entry.
Yes. Quest for best, HEB. Let's
Mhm.
pray for honesty, right?
Honestly, Texas.
Honestly, Texas, right?
Mhm.
Okay, Celeste Malatesta. Hey, how are you? Caroline. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining, and thank you so much, Pamela West. I'll see you on the flip side. Go forth and multiply 5 and 2. And in the beauty box, we know that everything's okay because our triune God has overcome the world. Thank you, Jesus. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Oh, and I wanted to put up your website. I'm going to put up her website just so you will know what they got going on. All right. There you go. All right. Bye-bye.